So, here's a question for you. How do we actually know if an AI is getting smarter? For years, we've had our benchmarks, our tests, but as AI gets way more complex, our tests need to evolve too. It's time for a whole new kind of challenge.
For the longest time, we judged an AI on a super simple task, kind of like this one, which is from a real training environment. The goal? Simple, boil some water. And the evaluation was just as simple. Did it do it, or did it not? Pass or fail. But that simple check, well, it has its limits.
I mean, that pass/fail approach is like only caring if a sprinter crosses the finish line. You're totally ignoring their speed, their technique, or how close they came to breaking a record. That's why researchers are now focused on measuring the entire journey an AI takes to solve a problem, not just the final outcome.
And their solution is pretty awesome, a new kind of competition. Think of it as a digital decathlon, designed to put today's most advanced AI models through their paces and find out what they can, and more importantly, what they can't do.
Now, the competitors in this decathlon are what we call AI agents. These are not your average chatbots just answering questions. No way. These are large language models that have been given the ability to plan, use digital tools, and actually execute actions to achieve some pretty complex goals. In this decathlon, there are athletes.
So what kind of events are in this decathlon? Well, forget about shot put or the high jump. These are digital obstacle courses, every single one of them engineered to test a whole range of cognitive skills.
The whole competition is broken down into 4 main categories. You've got embodied AI, gaming worlds, web navigation, and tool use. And each one throws a unique set of challenges at our AI contenders, really designed to push them in different ways.
So in the first event, embodied AI, the agents are basically dropped into these simulated environments, like the grid world you see here. They have to navigate spaces, move objects around, and find things. This is a huge test of core skills like spatial navigation, planning, and of course, memory.
Another really cool event is API and tool use. This one's like a super complex relay race, where the agent has to call on different digital tools, say a weather API or a movie database, in exactly the right sequence to solve a problem. And other events test things like navigating complicated websites or playing video games, all to push different cognitive muscles.
But how in the world do you score an AI decathlon? Okay, this gets right to the heart of what makes this so new. It's not just about winning or losing anymore. It's about understanding the performance in incredible detail.
You see, the old success rate metric was kind of a blunt instrument. As the researchers behind this whole thing point out, it couldn't tell the difference between an agent that almost solved the problem and one that basically gave up at step 1. To the old system, both were just failures. End of story.
Take a look at this chart. This shows the old success rate for 2 different models trying a hard task. At a quick glance, you'd think both of them completely bombed, and that their performance was pretty much the same, right?
But watch what happens when we switch over to the new progress rate metric. Boom! A completely different story emerges. One of the models actually made some serious progress towards the goal, even if it didn't quite stick the landing. And now we can actually see and measure that crucial difference.
And the analysis gets even more granular than that. After the events are over, researchers can create this super detailed scorecard for each AI, breaking down its fundamental abilities, just like a coach would analyze an athlete's strength, speed, and agility after a game.
The result is basically a visual fingerprint for each AI's mind. A radar chart like this one lets us see, at a glance, exactly where each competitor shines and where they stumble. We can compare their planning skills right next to their memory, for instance.
Okay, so after putting the top AI contenders through this grueling decathlon, what did the judges find? Who actually stood on the podium?
The first finding, and maybe the least surprising one, is that the titans of the industry are still reigning supreme. The big, proprietary models are definitely leading the pack.
Models like OpenAI's GPT-4 are the clear leaders here, hitting a 70% average progress rate across all the events. And just to be clear, that's a significant lead over how the current open-weight models are performing.
But here's a surprise finding that tells us a ton about what makes these agents tick. It turns out, AI models that were trained extensively on computer code have a serious advantage in these kinds of tasks. It's like a secret superpower.
For instance, get this. Code Llama, a model with 34 billion parameters, actually outperforms the much larger Llama 2 model, which has 70 billion parameters. It really suggests that training on the strict logic and structure of computer code is fantastic preparation for the kind of planning these events require.
And finally, the results show something we probably could have guessed. Specialized training pays off, big time. The models that are specifically fine-tuned on agent-like tasks, our specialized athletes who have been coached for this specific competition, they see a massive performance boost over their more general-purpose counterparts.
But here's the crucial point. This decathlon isn't really about crowning a winner and handing out gold medals. Its true purpose is actually something much more important.
Its real value is as a diagnostic tool. Think of it like a training camp for AI. By understanding precisely where these agents fail, whether it's in planning or memory or using a tool, researchers know exactly what they need to work on for the next generation of models.
And all of this leaves us with a really fascinating question for the future. As these AI athletes get better and better, and as they eventually master this decathlon, how will the games themselves have to evolve to keep challenging them? What new Olympic games will we need to invent just to test the next generation of intelligence?